Hi NicNackers! So today I'm going to be bringing you along for a recipe that comes out of this book called Carrot Cake Jam. So I've actually made this in the past, did not do a video on it, but I made it for a friend of mine and she has requested me to make it again. So I'm going to be doing two versions today. The first version is just the carrot cake jam as is written out on this page. The second version, I was reading over here, and it says you could turn it into a conserve by stirring in a 1/4 cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. So I'm going to be doing a second version that includes walnuts. So let's get going. The first thing that I will show you here is I have 1½ cups of pears, 1½ cups of, well, I guess it kind of got pushed down, but some carrots. I might throw in another handful of carrots just to bring that up a little bit. And 1¾ cups of pineapple plus the juice. So for the pears and the carrots, I just kind of measured them out. The pineapple, I just threw in a 20-ounce can of pineapple. So let's see, let me read. We're going to do the carrots, pears, pineapple juice, lemon juice. Actually, we're going to be putting in all of that. So let's get that in there. And then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. There's that. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let me grab my cinnamon over here. And you guys, this stuff is so good. It is such a treat in the jar on a piece of toast in the morning. Oh, yum. I think it's been a couple of years since I've made it, so it'll be nice to have a couple jars on my shelf. Okay, so now we have 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Yeah, I just want to make sure that was a half, because nutmeg has a very potent flavor, so make sure we're putting in the right amount. And 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. And I've said this in the past, I am really not a huge fan of cloves, but to make the recipe so that it tastes like it's supposed to, we are going to add it, because that fall, you know, kind of like the molasses cookies, the spice cakes, you have to have the cloves. Okay, so let's see, nutmeg and cloves. We need to bring this up to a boil, so we're going to turn that on high. Going to start to stir this around. Oh, and I think I said I was going to add another handful of carrots. So I'm going to do that. Because once everything started putting pressure on it and weighing it down, we weren't quite at the amount. Although that looks pretty good. But you know, this is carrot cake jam, so I'll throw in a little bit extra in there. And there we go. Bring that up to a boil, and then once we're up to a boil, we will be adding in our pectin, and then of course getting that back up, and then we'll add our sugar. So once this starts heating up, we'll be back and I'll show you the next step. All right, so just in full disclosure to the recipe, this needed to simmer for 20 minutes. So I got it up to a boil, and then I put a lid on it and set a timer for 20 minutes. So the carrots should be nice and soft now. The other fruits that are in there should be nice and soft. I did use the canned pears and canned pineapple, so should not have any issues with that. So now it's time to add the pectin. Use this other side. another half of one just to make sure it sets. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get that all stirred in. Oh, if you could just smell the spices that are in here. It is amazing. Kind of smells like Christmas in here. I know this says it's a fall treat, but the cinnamon, the nutmeg, ooh, just, that's Christmas to me. So good. All right. So let's see, I think we need to get it to bring to a boil. So we're going to turn that back up. And then we are going to add 6.5 cups of sugar. All right, so we are back up to a boil, and we are going to add our sugar. So 6.5 cups, nice healthy amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll just kind of guesstimate the half. All right. So turn that down just a tad. Still gonna get nice and warm, still gonna boil. And all that sugar is gonna melt. And then of course, just like with every jam, we're gonna stir, stir, stir. And we need to let it boil for at least 1 minute. I have a big clump of sugar in my thing, so I'm trying to get it out so it can melt. I don't usually use this for when I'm stirring up, just when I'm layering it. I don't know why I grabbed it this time, but I did. That's okay. A boil that we can't stir down. Remember, that's the caveat there. Oh my, so good. So very good. All right, I'm gonna get my canner set up and then I will start loading the jars and I will bring you back. All right, I forgot to show you guys adding the nuts. I'm gonna do the one with nuts first because that's the one that she wanted. And so it calls for a 1/4 cup of nuts. I'll be a little generous. I kind of crushed them up a little bit. So get that in there. Stir that around. It says to, after the 1 minute boil, to add them in and then remove from heat. So this is the perfect time to add them, right before I'm jarring all this up. Excellent. All right, let me get a jar. Supposed to get 6 jars from this, so we'll see how accurate that is. I'm going to fill them to a 1/4 inch of headspace, which is way too much, right there. Funny, before I started making the video, Becca said, Mom, make sure you have all your stuff ready. It's embarrassing when you forget something. And guess what? I still forgot stuff. So there we go. It's kind of hard to tell with the crystals, but there's a walnut right there. Oops. Right there. And then it's kind of hard to tell with the pineapple and the pears, but oh, so good. You see the little flecks of the nutmeg and cinnamon and cloves in there. It's beautiful. All right, so I'm going to continue doing this. I'll go ahead and show you guys through it, and I'll just fast forward it. So let's keep on trucking. All right, jar 7 going in. Let me go get my lid. There we go. Turn that bad boy up to high. And let me see what I need to. For my elevation, we are going to be canning these for 15 minutes. So when they are ready to come out, I will bring you back. And it looks like we even have a little bit just a touch. If I get a spatula, I can scoop that out, and there will be enough on there to have with a piece of bread to try it out. All right. All right, so our carrot cake jam is done canning. I just took the lid off of the canner. You can see how beautiful those look. I'm going to get those out and cooling off on my rack. And I decided that I'm going to go ahead and just do my next batch with the walnuts as well. So you won't see two different recipes. I'm going to make the exact same recipe that I just did, and I probably won't bring you along for that because it's just a duplicate. So anyway, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I so appreciate you watching. Have a great day.